G'day, Mick here again. Welcome back to another video. In this video, something pretty special, to me anyway. We got a couple of new arrivals. We've got the Hirobo Rock'n Vega. And as you can see, it's used and, you know, needs a bit of a restoration. But, yeah, this one came out in 1984. Came after the, the Hirobo Rock'n City. So this was the first one. I still need a window for this and a few other things, but quite nice. Yeah, so these guys were the first four-wheel drive buggies ever that I know of, and they're also belt driven, so basically the first belt driven buggies out there, and maybe the first belt driven cars if I remember rightly, whatever. But yeah, they were pretty groundbreaking at the time. So anyway, we'll have a quick look. As you can see, the body's not the best paint job. It's got a bit of Lexan missing here and bits and pieces, but I do have a couple of new bodies for it from TBG and some MCI decals, so I'll make it look nice. The motor in the back, I don't know what's in it. It's a black one. Maybe it's a Tamiya in there. Don't know. Yeah, so under here we've got, whoops, better take that out. We've got a couple of spare parts. Like we've got the gear cover. So nothing in there. There's a bit of a boot there on the side. So the speed controller and stuff's not in it, but that's fine. This one I plan to be a runner. So I'll put some modern electrics in it and yeah, get him running. Anyway, it doesn't need much. Looks like it'll be a good runner. Yeah, so they're belt driven four-wheel drive. Got the belt going down the center underneath. And yeah, very quiet when they're running. And any Hirobo fans out there will know, you know, after these 44b chassis come along, the Zerta came, also on a 44b chassis, and then later on we had the Alien Mid and Jealousy and cars like that. I did hear they were kind of weak around the, you know, the parts were kind of weak and stuff. I've got a lot of parts for these, so I'll probably get them out at a later date. Just bought a whole lot of them. Yeah, quite a nice jigger. I used to look at these in Toy World, and we had on the bottom shelves we had some grasshoppers, you know, a few Tamiyas, grasshoppers, frog and things like that. And on the very top shelf there was two boxes, the Rockin City and the Rockin Vega. And it just looking at the shocks and the wheels and stuff, it was just like they were just miles in front of the Tamiya, just to look at. And I thought, I've got to have me a couple of them. But of course at the time, could not afford them. They were extremely expensive. I think at the time, a frog might have been $300, and I think these were up around $700. If I remember correctly. But yeah, way out of my price range, so it never happened until just recently. So anyway, that's the one I'll turn into a runner. I'll grab the camera and we'll have a bit of a look over it. So that's them, the Hirobo Rock'n City and the Rockin Vega. So 1983, 1984. Anyway, I've got one more thing. Since I was looking I've been looking quite a while for one of these, and the City. Usually they're just too expensive when I do find them, or there's just none around. And yeah, so then I found two of these, which was pretty good. And even better, it's a new in-box one. So this is, I don't have the box for the City, but this is the Vega box. So if you can imagine, you know, when I was a youngster looking at those up on the top shelf, drooling, well, I finally got to touch the box. So anyway, we'll crack that open and have a look. We'll have a look a bit around the outside first. If you can see that. So there we got the rear end, and the front end, and the chassis overview. If you notice on the box here, it's got lights on the bumper and stuff, and the high body mount. There is actually a third one of these, the Toyota Hilux, I think it is. So yeah, this shot here was a Hilux chassis. It wasn't actually the Vega. But 44b chassis, they're all the same. Just mounts are different and bumpers. So we'll crack it open. So here we go. We've got the body first off. Very nice. I'm not sure if they came pre-trimmed. No, I don't. I think it's been trimmed, but that's it. And we got the chassis. Beautiful. So of course it needs some. There's a few other spares in here. There's the speed controller, and there's some other bits and pieces to go with the car. More bits and pieces, and the rear wing, and more bits and pieces. Somewhere in here we've got some decals. So I've got the original decals there. I do have some MCI decals as well, but I'll paint this one all nice, probably just for the shelf. The other one will be a runner. So I'll use the MCI decals on the other, and I'll give these a go on this one. Being 30 plus years old, they might not stick, but we'll give them a go. So that's about it. The rest of it's just random stuff in there. There's no manual. That's alright, I've got one. So yeah, looking at the new chassis. Magnificent. Didn't think I'd ever find one of these. So if I can get this off, in the radio box. Got him. Again, nothing in there because it hasn't been finished. And that's it. So that'll go there, that'll go about there. Once it's trimmed, I've got to make the hole in the front, and the back. All the body post holes need to be made, and then the wing will go on top. So that'll be magnificent. And then I'll hopefully finish the City and they can be sitting side by side. Beautiful. So that's about it for this video. Just a quick one to show you what's turned up. After waiting, you know, nearly 40 years now. So that's about it for this video. I'm pretty happy with these. Didn't think I'd ever get my hands on both of them, let alone two of the Vega. So I'll be keeping an eye out for a Zerta. I still need a Zerta. And maybe a Jealousy. They look nice to me. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, subscribe. That'd be awesome. If you like the video, leave a thumb up. Fantastic. And catch you next time.